large canopy of the tree.
We're standing at the world's biggest, Regina's biggest elm tree. I've had this tree located within different places on Google Maps, but it's not gotten its proper attention. So Google told me I can actually create a place, so I created a place, and it's got the biggest elm tree in Regina. Much in line with my favorite movie Elf, where it's the world's greatest cup of coffee. So it's a pretty impressive tree. The diameter has got to be at least 5 feet. If you've actually been here, like I've got an elm tree in my yard or trees around in Lakeview, and they're nowhere near the trunk is just massive. So it's like a pretty impressive tree. There's other trees like the spruce trees, they'll be taller, and they'll have like, reasonable sized trunks, but this is like, it's a really big trunk, and the canopy is huge. It's like, there's a fourplex in front of it, and it's the entire length of the fourplex.
The tree was living up to reviews, and I could see why Ted wanted it to get more public attention.
Regina has all these hidden gems, so if you listen to like the CBC radio, you'll hear people like Trevor Harriott or Jared Clark or other people telling you about things that are just off the path. Well, this is right on the path, and I wonder how many people have seen such a big tree here in Regina. So.
And you're not the only one to notice. There was 3 other reviews. Did you notice that?
Not recently, no. What did they say?
People were confirming that it's quite large. One person said that it was their favorite tourist attraction for Regina.
Okay. It's like, there's a bunch of things I never knew about Regina. Like, for a lot of time, I didn't know about White Butte, which is just right close. We've got Wascana Trails, which is, the mighty Wascana actually has, it's a babbling creek if you go out and take a walk out there. Again, just out by the Cali Curling Club, you can go and see the meadowlarks, apparently, I believe. There's all kinds of things that if you're in any place in the world, sit yourself down there. If you can find a tree, all the better, because like every tree here has had to fight to live.
As fuzzy white seeds rained down on us, I wanted to make sure it was an elm and find out more about the tree. I spoke to Russell Irick, who is the manager of Open Space Services for the City of Regina. He confirmed it was an elm, and the fuzz I saw was most likely from poplars over in Wascana Park. At the end of each year, a report is done on all our city's trees, called the State of the Urban Forest.
We inventory our city elms, and so we don't measure it by height. We actually measure it by what's called diameter of breast height, or basically it's about 4 feet off of the ground. And then we're taking a diameter measurement of the trees, and then we, like inside our inventory, then we're recording it. And when I say DBH, I'm talking diameter of breast height. And so what happens there is we record that diameter, and that's what we call as our biggest trees, because we're looking at it in terms of the total diameter of the tree, and that's where we would really go with it.
About 45 elms in Regina exceed 1 meter in diameter. Russell said he likes the idea of making this elm a tourist attraction.
I think it's really neat. That's a great location for that particular tree. It's in a very publicly accessible place. It's something to show off. Regina is, 1 tree in 3 is elm in our community, and it just shows just how invested we really are. So for somebody to make that claim, they might not be wrong, without me actually going out and measuring it or doing the height, but they might not necessarily be wrong. Again, our inventory, we've set it up, we're only recording at really inside of things that are over 100 centimeters in diameter or 1 meter, but it could quite well be, and it'd be hard for me to dispute it.
The largest tree in Regina, Russell says, is a golden willow in Kiwanis Park that is 3.7 meters in diameter. So Ted's attraction may still be the biggest elm, and most importantly, the tree is making people notice the nature our city has to offer.
Regina has so much to be happy about, and just take a look around. There's other hidden gems in this city. So.
And one last piece of advice from Russell Irick. Don't prune your elms until fall. Holding off prevents the spread of Dutch elm disease. For CBC Radio, I'm Samantha Brace at possibly the biggest elm tree in Regina.
No one can tell a tale quite like Samantha. Thank you, Samantha, for doing that. We've been hearing from you about your special trees in Regina all morning at our email address, morningedition@cbc.ca. Jim writes, I actually have 2 cottonwood poplars in my 25-foot wide front yard. They have a diameter of about 36 to 40 inches at the base, and they cover my yard and about half of both my neighbors. As was previously said, they shade my house and keep it cool in the summer. Unfortunately, they also keep the ground dry, so I've had to plant desert-like plants under them. Coming home, I can generally see my trees from more than a block away. Susan writes, we have a favorite tree, and it's actually a family memorial tree that we had the city plant in memory of our infant son who passed away at 3 months old in 1994. The tree was planted in the spring of 1995 in Central Park in downtown Regina on Hamilton Street and is a lovely Siberian larch, also known as a tamarack tree. It's the type of tree that looks like a pine tree with very fine needles, but the difference is those needles fall off in the winter. The city placed a memorial plaque on the ground in front for him. We've enjoyed watching it grow into a very tall and strong tree throughout the years. We have a family tradition on Christmas Eve. We round up the kids, bundle them up, and head off to the park with handfuls of decorations, and we decorate our tree. This is continued now for 30 years, and it includes our grandchildren and now includes my nephew's family who celebrate with us. The kids look forward to it each year. Sorry for your loss, Susan, and thank you for telling us about your special tree. Ron also sent in a photo of his late wife, Kim. He says here she is, standing by her favorite tree in Regina. It's south of Dark Hall and across the road from the new Wascana Pool. And Ron, condolences to you too for Kim. Beautiful tree there, flowering tree, maybe a crabapple. I'm not sure, but it is gorgeous with its pink blooms there. And Carol writes to us, our favorite tree is in Wascana Park under the Boy Scout Memorial. We call this old evergreen tree our engagement tree because in 1979 my husband and I had a picnic lunch under this tree and formally became engaged. 4 months later we were married, and we are currently planning a 45th anniversary party this fall. We raised 8 children and almost annually went back to this tree for a family picnic and photos. It has developed into a lovely family tradition, now including our 12 grandchildren. Thank you so much to everybody who has written in to tell us about your favorite tree in Regina. We are really honored that you've shared your stories and your memories and your thoughts with us. You can write to us about anything you hear on our show, Morning Edition at cbc.ca.
Chantel Kreviazik, Asanabi Great Lakes Swimmers.
A concert as stunning as the night sky.
I'm Peter Mills.
And I'm Shauna Powers. Join us as we MC the Sky Gazer Soiree, August 10th at the Connexus Arts Center.
A live music